There's always a difference between connections, and those connections, they're not bad. Connections, they are what we call good connections and bad connections. So, in bad connections, I don't mean that all connections are bad, all connections are good. You can be connected somewhere, or you have a friend, a relative, or anybody who wishes you good and wants the best out of you. You might have a bachelor's degree and it's all it's first class degree, second upper, but you failed to get a job. And there is that friend who wants you to work somewhere. That's a connection, and that's a good connection. Gives you the connection, and yeah, takes your application, helps you with the HR office, and you land into that job. That's the good connection I've been talking about. Then, so as I was still telling you about the bad connections, I got an interruption from a friend. Yeah, I was still telling you about the bad connection, whereby they have helped you to get the job, or you got it yourself, and then you bring in your relatives, you bring in a friend, your friend, you want your cousin also to work at the same workplace, and each and everything. You bring in very many people, and in turn, you will even find that they don't have the qualifications to do that job. So then it compromises the workforce. Because personally, if I have my brother at the same workplace, and I have my sister at the same workplace, I have my mother at the same workplace, my father, everyone. So if I can, and I'm the HR officer, I cannot chase these people away. First of all, they will look at me as if I'm a bad person. Yet they will not even be very effective in terms of work. You may even find when their time management skills are very lacking. So to avoid such a mess, it's better that you hustle and grind. You can land yourself into a good paying job and live away from people who know you. For example, a few years ago, I was working in Uganda Police. That's a police force in Uganda, and I'm very proud of that time because that was after I finished my Form 6, heading to my university. Then, um, Uganda Police advertised, and yeah, I picked out the offer. Went through the HR's office, through the application, presented the necessary documents, and after I had to go straight for training. After training, got the uniform, got all the necessary equipments for a policeman, and I started my work. So the problem was transport. How am I going to be moving? Because I still live with my parents. I haven't established myself having a home, yeah, probably, yeah, that's rent. That's what I'm talking about. I don't rent because I fear expenses. I'm a business student, so I fear additional costs because rent is also a cost, is an expense. So I decided to work within my area of locality, area of residence. Then, because the number of criminals or the number of people who commit those offenses are just nearby neighbors, those are friends I grew up with, those are neighbors, maybe a few of our enemies. So now, to spicing up everything, the police station I was working for was within this area, my area of residence. Just 1K, and it takes you, or you can even use a motorcycle, and it takes you up to where you're supposed to go. Then the issue came in that one time I had to arrest two of my friends, more of close friends. I used even to give them food, they used to give me what to eat. So that is a compromising situation, because if you want to perform effectively, you cannot perform to your expectation. Just the same way I was telling you, you have connections, but connections are not helping you. Because for me, they would expect me not to arrest them, but they have committed an offense. So to deal with that issue, I had to back out and give someone who is neutral, a neutral party, because now for me, I was a person of conflict of interest. That's why some people don't even want to help when you see that this one is supposed to be helping me, but it doesn't help. That's why.